Let's people using it in the game. Huh? We'll find out. I don't know. We'll find out. But if you can, it'd be great. I'll find it. But I might not be able to.
No photos, please.
The only thing that kills me.
Sorry, it's $10 for the photo, so pay up.
Boys, listen up. Now that we've got everybody here, sorry, can we have all the parents maybe over to the side, because the boys are going to...
This side.
Boys, listen. So we've got some medals and we've actually got some trophies to award. So once again, thank you for a fantastic season. We didn't finish second, we played second. We played like a second team for most of the year. We probably let our guard down in the second half of the year, so we probably deserved to finish third. I don't think we probably deserved to finish any higher. Those draws really killed us, but I was talking to Russell before, and even he said is that we start off. We did it this year, we did it last year, we did it the year before. We seem to start off the season with some real desperation, but we seem to lose that drive and desperation halfway through the year. So.
Not today's game though. Today's game was good.
So maybe next year we'll go all the way through and we'll win. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, we're going to win next year. Yeah. The idea is we're going to finish better every year. Yeah.
Well, we nearly.
I think we played better football this year. Yeah? All right, so we've got some medals to hand out in no particular order. Christopher Cavalli. Now, I'm going to embarrass you all because I'm actually going to say something about each of you.
Darren, we might need to move to the next.
We might actually, yeah,
We might need to just move back.
Let's go back a bit.
That's the chair.
I'll take the chairs, boys.
Sit here, guys, sit here. Sit here on the floor.
Let's stack some pussy. 1 minute.
So, Chris, come here. Boys, listen. Otherwise, we'll all talk when you're up here. Now, what can we say about this guy? He runs like a ferret, doesn't he? All of a sudden, the thing with Chris is that you can almost guarantee that when the ball's in the back line, there'll be nobody there, and Chris will come out of nowhere and save that goal. I don't know how many times you did it for us this year, but you've done at least 4 to save his bacon. He's going. I know Chris, you played a fantastic season. Thank you very much. Come back next year. Kennard. Sorry. Obviously, as you can see, a very popular member of the team. He is. Kennard, boys, we asked Kennard to actually do a different job in the first half of the season and the second half of the season. So he's actually developed as a player, I think, quite a lot. Have you enjoyed playing in different positions? I think in the first time when we moved him into the back line, because he was playing in the forward line, we moved him into the back line. I think he found it a little bit hard, but he's really adapted well, and he's one of our strongest members of the back line. Well done. James. James, not Jamie. Oh no, we get it wrong. Thanks, James. Mr. Jerry. What can we say about this boy? Young junior member of the team, I'd say, but he's really developing as a Wallabies player. Started off with the season with not a whole lot of knowledge of the game, but you'll think by the end of the season, he's looking at the ball, he's tackling well, he's one of our best tacklers during the game, and he's definitely a very good member of our team. George, remember George? He used to be about this tall. He's a grown. So a lot of you know this, but George is actually able to play under 12. But look, the quality of George's game means he can play in our team without any problems. I mean, George has probably had just more ground time than just about anybody on the ground, and I think that's representative of his game. He's just a fantastic player. Wherever we put him, he's a bit like Chris. He just appears out of nowhere and tackles those players, but he can play in defence, he can play in the forward line, he can play midfield. He's just a really great member of our team. Jack Foddy. In the middle, so that he can hit the two. So what can we say about Jack? Jack started off the season, I mean, Jack's probably not the best player on the team, but what Jack's really done is Jack's developed as a player.
He's the bad player.
Doesn't mean he's a bad player, but I look at Jack, when Jack turns it on, Jack can be one of our best defenders on the team. He really can. Don't give him a proper clap because Jack. Great service to you boys this year. You come back next year.
I hope so. Well done.
I'm a footy player. No, not to this.
Sam Brooks.
He's taller than you now, Darren.
Once again, Sam used to be this tall, didn't he?
Now he's taller than you.
And one of the things we use Sam for is, Sam's one of our great defenders, but we use Sam for really using his size and manning up those players. So I think at the start of the season, I think Sam will probably agree he had 2 left feet or 2 right feet. Now he's actually found that he's got a right and a left.
Awesome shot.
And when he builds up a head of steam, Sam can be a really great player. So I think as a player, Sam's really developed throughout the season. I think he's really deserves to play in the world. Well done. Jamie has a party. So I think we all know Jamie's one of our newest players to the team. So, which if you think about it, it's actually not the easiest thing to do. Like, he's come into a team that all you boys have been playing for a couple of years, but I think he's really fitted into the team very well. He's played as a really good defender for us. You look at his game today, he's been a really valuable member of our team. And he's really fitted in well, so I hope you're coming back next year to play with us again. Well done, Matthew Hussey.
Wow.
Yeah. There's not a lot to say about Matthew that he doesn't already tell everybody himself. As we know, Matthew just runs and runs and runs. Now what we found though is Matthew throughout the season is Matthew would run and run and run, but Matthew would run with the ball. By the end of the season, Matthew's actually figuring out that he can run and pass the ball. So Matthew's actually come a long way this season. I mean, he's very skillful with the ball, but he's also found that he can play as a team game, and I think he can do really well. Xavier.
Love ya.
Another one. Xavier, also, I say that about all of you, but I think Xavier is also one of our key defenders. And Xavier, I think you'll all agree, Xavier now controls our back line.
He does.
Yeah? Xavier's actually learned, and it's very hard to teach. You can't actually teach your boys to say, use your voice. Xavier actually does it naturally, and he controls that back line, and he controls you. Yeah? Coming back next year? We might actually be playing a different role, but no, that's right. Depending on how else we go.
Yeah, well,
but
that's another thing. He does back up as well.
He's played as our backup goalkeeper as well. So, and I think in goals or in defence, he's done a fantastic job. Liam McCall.
Ninja keeper.
Now, it's a bit sad to say, I think, is that, have you made up your mind, are you coming back or not? You're going to play footy?
Oh. gonna break your leg, not coming back.
Which is a shame because I think you'll all agree that one of the reasons we finished so high up the ladder was because of this guy. Yeah. He saved so many goals for us and it has really saved so many wins for us. Is that Xavier, Liam is either on his game or off his game, but when he's on his game, he's unbeatable. He really is. But I think you can see it in Liam's game, like when he saves that goal, he'll either do the bump or the thing. So it's one of the hardest positions to play on the ground. Unfortunately this year, Barneys haven't really looked after their goalies. I'm trying to get next year, they really need to look after their goalkeepers and we're going to have some specialised goalkeeper training. So it's a shame you're not coming back because I think you're one of the most valuable members of our team.
But you're welcome to come back. Before you go, stay here.
Yeah, you can take this one. Michael, who's also come in halfway through the season, he's actually overseas at the moment, came in because of this boy here, goes to school. You know him or go to school with him or both? Yeah, but he's friends with him more, isn't he? So, unfortunately he's not here, but I think he really, once again, came in halfway through the season. I think he really fitted in well with the team. So, thanks, Michael. Marshall. Now, I've heard other teams call him Messi, Ronaldo.
Cheering when he comes off.
I call him Cahill.
So I think we all know where Marshall fits in her team. I think he's trying to carry a few injuries second part of the season, but I think he's up forward. He's been invaluable in our team. So he's going to come back to play for us. Callum McCall. Alright, if I got to give a point for the boy who's attended the most training sessions, only because he has to, it has to be Callum. So Callum, I think, has also grown with the club as well. So like a lot of you boys, developed as a player. I think Callum is one of our holding midfield that actually looks up and actually looks where the ball's got to go. Gets a little bit lazy every now and again, I can say that because I'm his dad, but he actually looks up and he's actually one of our players that does position the ball very well, and I think he's been a very valuable member of our
Reliable, very
Jordan! Another boy who's almost attended every training session because he has to.
Well, yeah, I wasn't here a few times, but he was.
So Jordan, once again, below Callum, holding midfielder, but Jordan has been a really valuable member of our team. Then our defence has been really good, but I think our holding midfield, and Jordan really fits into the team. He's a team player. I think you'll all agree. Jordan can talk to all you boys and actually fit in any position of the team. We've asked Jordan to man up and play players and man players. We can get him to play forward. So I think Jordan is a really valuable member of our team. Couple to go, Max. So once again, first season for this boy, came up from the Joeys last year. Probably deserved to maybe play half a season with us last year, but I think
Yeah, he did.
quarter of the season, but this year's played a whole season with us, so even though he wanted to go back and play with the Joeys, we wouldn't let him, just once or a couple of times. So Max has fitted really well into the season. I think into our team. I think he's found his place. You enjoy playing up forward?
He always been more in the centre, hasn't he?
Yeah, centre up forward.
But I think the quality of Max's play is that Max has got very good ball control.
Very good.
Very good ball control.
Great cross.
We've now got to start to develop this, boys, as a team. I mean, I hope you're all going to come back, but I think we look at people like Max and Kennard and Marshall's foot skills. we can beat any team. We've now just got to learn to use that as our team. Well done, mate. Great job. We got one more quasi member of the team that played a couple of games with us. Come up, Lockie. There's a boy who only played 2 games.
3, not all the games. It's like 5 minutes.
It was a hard game. It was the game. It was the team who won the league. So, but I mean, unfortunately, Lockie didn't come back to play. He's going to come back to play this next season, maybe through summer even. So that would be really good. I can't really say much because we haven't played much. But Lockie,
When he did really well.
he did, and even before that, Lockie's been a really valuable member of our team. We really missed him, and it took us a while after Lockie disappeared. He took a big part of our team out, and it took us a while to readjust. So it just goes to show you how much of a valuable member your team you were. Well done, mate.
Hold on, it's not finished. So do I.
Right, boys, listen up. So we've got to give a couple of trophies. The first one we're going to give is to the most improved player of the year. So this is probably one of Jerry and my hardest jobs to actually figure out, because I think you've all improved. Unfortunately, we can only give it to one player this year, and the player we're going to give it to this year is Sam. Sam has learned that he's actually got a right foot and a left foot, so next year we're actually going to turn him into a right foot, a left foot, and a great shot as well. The other player we've got to give an award to, so this is the Coaches Award. So the criteria for that the club gave us for a Coaches Award is that it's not quite the same criteria I gave you boys. It's a boy who shows the Barnstoneworth value. It's a guy who, what is that? It's a guy who shows club spirit, tries to play as a team member. It's not play as an individual, but tries to, we probably think that this boy is really shown. Every week turns up in training, doesn't complain, just actually wants to be here and wants to learn, and that's what we think is going to make a good soccer player. He wants to be here, he wants to learn, and if he doesn't understand something, he asks, he says, why do we do that? Why do we have to do this? So he's questioning himself, and he's questioning what we're doing, which is a good thing. So the player we've actually given this to this year is Kennard.
Stand up already.
Guys.
Now we've got one last award. It's the Players Award, and I know this is the one that you voted for, and I know a lot of you actually had a lot. It's not as easy as you think, is it? Actually picking who you think was the best player. So next season we're actually going to have a 3-2-1 vote system, but we're actually going to make you vote every week. So every week you're going to have to vote as to who you think is the best player. So we also think that's actually going to make you try harder throughout the season as well.
Especially in training.
In training, that's right. So I tallied up all the votes, and would you believe we actually had a tie? We had a tie for first place. And would you believe the tie was actually between this other player and Kennard?
I told you.
So the player that you have chosen, so you obviously think along the same lines as we do, but the player that you've chosen, as well as Kennard, is actually George. You don't get another one, but you can shake his hand.
Yeah.
Do them together, yeah.
make you one, can I?
Oh my God.
We'll make you one and take us a shot.
The boys, this is next year. This is where we're going to go, right?
Hang on.
Hey boys, look this way. Pete. And one more. You go 1, 2, and George. There you go. Thank you. Great.
So sit down, boys. So that's the Players Award. What I'd also like to do is thank all you parents. I know Joe has every week. I know it's very tricky for Joe to try and get linesmen and first aiders and get people along. So we'd actually like to get Joe out here to actually say thank you to her, because I know it's a big effort for her. So thank you. I know it's not an easy effort for Joe every week. Stay out of here, you can't go away. So I'm hoping Joe makes Jerry and my life very easy, to be honest, to do all the books and to organise linesmen and oranges and food and snakes every week. So boys, can we all give Joe a big round of applause? Thank you. Yeah, so quickly, boys, we're going to put, I know Andrew's put one team together, but we're going to play, last year we played futsal. This year we're going to try and play indoor, so at Altona on Friday night.
Xavier's team.
So yeah, so if anybody's interested in playing indoor soccer on Friday night, I'm actually going to London tomorrow, so Jerry and Russell are actually going to try and organise it. So definitely come and see it. Friday night.